Hi guys, this is the Autumn Leaves with Line tutorial. Are you ready to do this with me? I want you to try this along with me as you're watching because we're going to learn a couple of different things today. We're going to learn about autumn, why we have it. We're going to learn about using symmetry to create a leaf, and we're also going to learn about designing our leaf using line. It's a really cool project and you don't need too much. What I want you to use is, we need some colored pieces of paper. You can use all one color of a warm color. A warm color is something that you think of when you think of warmth or the sun or heat. So reds, oranges, yellows, tan. These are all some nice warm colors that you can use. So get a piece of warm colored paper or two, and then a cool colored piece of paper for the background. A cool color is something that you think of when you think of cold or ice. Blues, purples, green is a cool color too. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna try and draw, well actually, we're gonna cut and draw some leaves. They're gonna be symmetrical. So what I like to do is I take a piece of paper and I'll fold it in half. This is how I like to make things symmetrical. So I'll only have to draw half of it. And there's tons of different leaves that you can do. I'm gonna show you just a couple of different ways to draw a leaf. Now the easiest way to draw a leaf is probably something like this. You're gonna make a curve that's skinny here, it's close to the edge of the paper, and then I come out almost like a little mountain, and then I'm gonna go back down again, maybe a little stem. That's gonna be the easiest way to make a leaf. So I'm going to cut this out, follow it along my line. And when I open it up, I have a decent looking leaf. Not too bad. Now let's get a little bit more tricky with it. As you're folding it in half, I want you to remember where these pages are. So let's pretend this is a book. And this is the middle of our book. This is the spine of the book. Always draw towards the spine, not towards the opening. Because if we do, let me show you what's gonna happen. I would wanna draw my leaf on this side, but if I drew it on this side, and then I cut it out, I would have two halves of a leaf. It wouldn't be connected in the middle, which is still okay. When we glue it down to our paper, we could just glue it like that. So really, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's a little bit easier if it's still attached. So let's do another leaf. We'll get a little bit more tricky with it. I'll take my piece of paper, I'll fold it in half. This time, instead of doing a leaf that is just a very simple oval, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to draw a leaf that has some points to it. So I'm gonna start off close to my spine of my book, right? I'm going to make a little point, then I'll come out over here and make a point, and then another point. So it looks almost like fire. Does it look like flame? Maybe one last point, and then I'm gonna bring it all the way in, and then a stem. Think of it as maybe, I don't know, a hedgehog? Some kind of shape like that. Then when we cut it out, we did a nice job with the drawing. We're gonna try and be somewhat nice with the cutting. It's hard to get in there, those tiny little curves. And my stem. And then when I open it up, did I do it? Did I do it? That's all right. That's not too bad. So that's another kind of leaf. We've got very simple oval leaf. We've got this leaf with points on it. Let's do another kind of leaf. I'll try one with orange this time. This piece of paper is a little too big, so I'm going to cut it in half. So I'll fold it. Remember, I'm remembering where the spine is. I'm drawing on the spine, not on the outside of the book. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and get a little more drastic. I'm going to make my points a little bit bigger. Like so. And then I'll cut it. Even if yours doesn't look anything like mine, The one tip that you want to follow, and it's still going to look like a leaf no matter what you do, is to just follow along that spine line and make sure you start off, that's not too bad. Make sure you start off close to the edge of the spine. Start off close to the edge, come out, and it should get bigger towards the bottom. So whatever shape you do, you could start with this and then you could add little zigzags on it after. That could be helpful. But as long as you get up small and then you get it big down here, you'll probably get a decent looking leaf. I'm gonna do 2 more leaves. I'll make these ones pretty easy. Once you get to know how to do this and draw it really well, and you've had a lot of practice, you might not even need to draw it anymore. You can just go ahead and cut. I'll go ahead and make some cuts on my leaf here. See what that looks like. Not too bad. My stem's a little thick, but it'll work. And then last but not least, we'll do one more. I'd like you to try and do at least 5. This one I'll have with some curves. Notice how I'm moving my paper around and not my scissors so much. Oh, interesting. All right, so I've got my 5 leaves, actually 5 and 2 halves. I could use these if I need to. These can be my backup. And that is all we're gonna do today. Next time I see you, we're gonna go ahead and do the background and we're going to add some details on these leaves. If you don't have 5 leaves yet, keep going, keep practicing. The next time I see you, I want you to bring these leaves with you. So put them in a nice space, don't lose them. Maybe put a book on top of them so they flatten out a little bit. And we're gonna use them and put them on a background, and it's gonna be a really gorgeous autumn picture. So next time I see you, we're gonna use them, hang on to them. Also, next time I see you, please bring some oil pastels and get this cool piece of paper. We're gonna need this. All right, I'll see you then.